In Genesis chapter 22, God tests Abraham by commanding him to sacrifice his beloved son, Isaac, as a burnt offering. This command is deeply challenging and seemingly contradictory to God's promise to make Abraham into a great nation through Isaac. Despite the emotional turmoil and the apparent contradiction, Abraham obeys without hesitation. He demonstrates profound trust and faith in God's sovereignty, believing that God will provide a way out or fulfill his promise, even if it means raising Isaac from the dead. At the last moment, an angel of the Lord intervenes, preventing Abraham from sacrificing Isaac and providing a ram caught in a thicket as a substitute sacrifice. Through this test, Abraham's faith is affirmed, and God's provision and faithfulness are highlighted. Trust in God's promises. Like Abraham, we are called to trust in God's promises, even when circumstances seem contradictory. When faced with challenges or uncertainties, we can hold on to the assurance that God is faithful to fulfill his promises, even if the path seems unclear or difficult. Obedience in testing times. Abraham's obedience in the face of a daunting test is a powerful example for us. We can learn to obey God even when it requires sacrifice or goes against our natural inclinations. Obedience often precedes understanding, and our willingness to obey God's commands demonstrates our trust in his wisdom and goodness. Sacrificial living. The story of Abraham and Isaac also teaches us about sacrificial living. While God may not call us to literal sacrifices like Abraham, he does call us to sacrificially serve others, love unconditionally, and prioritize his kingdom above our desires. Just as Abraham was willing to give up the most precious thing in his life, we are called to surrender our wills and desires to God, trusting that his plans are ultimately for our good. God's provision. The story reminds us of God's provision in times of need. Just as God provided a ram as a substitute sacrifice for Isaac, he also provides for our needs according to his riches in glory. When we face challenges or hardships, we can trust that God will provide for us in unexpected ways. Faith in the face of trials. Finally, the story encourages us to have faith amid trials. Abraham's faith was tested and refined through the ordeal with Isaac, and similarly, our faith grows stronger when we persevere through trials with trust in God's character and promises.